Welcome to Taiwan, a densely populated country with almost 24 million people. And for a brief time a couple years ago, hundreds of those people were named Salmon. In March of 2021, a Japanese conveyor belt sushi chain called Sushiro ran a promotion. Anybody who had the word salmon in their name could eat for free with up to 5 other people for 2 days only. Now most of us see that and think, oh, that's a funny idea for a promotion. But several people in Taiwan saw that and thought, this is worth sacrificing my entire identity for. Taiwan actually has a whole government document surrounding the legality of changing your name called the Name Act. For a while they were pretty restrictive about it, but in 2015 the Name Act was amended. Article 9 of the Act now allows people to change their name for a number of reasons. Interestingly, one of the reasons is if you have the exact same name as a criminal, which might be a good idea for this former Disney VP. He's really banking on people noticing that middle initial. But the important thing here is the 6th reason, which says the applicant's given name is unflattering or has an excessively long romanized form, or there are other special considerations. And that last part is so incredibly vague that it essentially allowed the people of Taiwan to change their name for any reason. And I really do mean any reason, because it turns out a lot of people were willing to change their name to get some free sushi. Sushiro announced the Salmon Name ad campaign on March 15th, just 2 days before the promotion began. But even with only a 48-hour warning, the people of Taiwan rushed to change their names. And they didn't just add salmon to their name, often mixing it up in various ways. Some names that people selected include Salmon Prince, Meteor Salmon King, Salmon Fried Rice, Hotness Salmon, Dip Wasabi and Eat Salmon, and Can't Help But Want to Eat Free Salmon. Gotta respect the honesty of that last guy. One man who changed his name to Explosive Good-Looking Salmon proudly bragged that he had enjoyed over $200 worth of free sushi in less than a day. But with the price of sushi these days, that probably only amounted to a few spicy tuna rolls. Some guys took it one step further, deciding that if they were going to change their name for free sushi, they might as well sacrifice the rest of their dignity too. Within 48 hours, the Taiwanese record for longest name was broken 3 times. The first one to break it was this name, which translates to Chen Love Taiwan National Day Abalone Tuna Salmon Snow Crab Sea Urchin Scallop Lobster Wagyu, followed by the name of several hotels. The record was then broken again by this guy's name, which begins with his last name Lee, followed by 8 characters pronounced Gui, then the word salmon, and then 19 characters pronounced Yu, ending with the words, whatever, I can't think of any more. Then there was this guy's name. His personal info has been redacted from the published version, but it translates to Chen, his last name, has a black dragon cannon and turned into his nickname on March 14th, 2021, is in a steady relationship with his girlfriend's name. Love you, you are my only love for the rest of my life. In this life, I want to eat salmon with you. And they say chivalry is dead. The black dragon cannon he's referring to is from the game Counter-Strike Online, meaning he also decided to slip some product placement into his name while he was already changing it for a company. But not everyone in Taiwan found this whole thing so amusing. Taiwan's Deputy Interior Minister Chen Tsung-yen asked the public to cherish administrative resources and be more rational about it. He was quoted saying, "That kind of name change not only wastes time but causes unnecessary paperwork. But one man's unnecessary paperwork is another man's free sushi." The media named the whole thing Salmon Chaos, with some Taiwanese news outlets calling it an international embarrassment, which is really saying something for a country that didn't abolish martial law until 1987. But for one man, the Salmon Chaos turned into salmon misery. Article 9 of the Name Act mentions that you can only invoke the special considerations part for 3 name changes. So when a medical student in Taichung changed his name from Chang to Chang Salmon Dream, he was horrified to learn that he had just used his 3rd name change and was now stuck with the name Salmon Dream. Apparently, Mr. Salmon Dream was truly shaken by this, on the verge of tears and wondering how he was going to introduce himself to people. But don't worry, he still went to the restaurant to take advantage of the promotion. But one attorney came up with a solution. According to Item 2 of Article 9, someone can still change their name if they have the exact same given name as an elder relative, which means Chang Salmon Dream's parents or grandparents would also have to change their name to Salmon Dream in order for their sushi-loving descendant to change his name back. Unfortunately, Chang Salmon Dream hadn't notified his family before changing his name, so it sounds like he had a confession to make in order to resolve the 9th season sitcom plot that he had found himself in. When all was said and done, it was reported that at least 332 people had changed their name to Salmon for the promotion. On the second and final day of the promotion, one man named Hong Salmon said he hadn't made plans to change his name back because it represents his courage to do whatever he wants. If only we could all be as brave as the Mr. and Mrs. Salmons of Taiwan. Now please consider subscribing or I'll unleash tuna chaos next.